Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. This is another Jet Starlight non-canon side story that takes place after episode 39, in an alternate timeline, a parallel universe, another dimension, where Jet Starlight faces off against your fan-selected characters, whether they're characters that the fans created or characters that the fans are just big fans of that they want to see Jet Starlight face off against. In the last episode, Jet Starlight defeated Serene, a sentient spacesuit made full of butterflies that had the ability to manipulate ki and the nail of Christ, which if he uses on your pressure points can prevent you from resurrecting. Jet Starlight was able to defeat Serene by locking away his ki abilities and by removing the nail of Christ away from him, essentially disarming him of his weapon. However, Serene revealed that he had additional powers, such as teleportation and flight, and the ability to manipulate storms and the wind. Jet Starlight then had to face off against Serene while in a magical thunderstorm. Eventually, Jet Starlight gets the upper hand and defeats Serene, but then he's whisked away to another dimension where he faces off against a mysterious figure who literally rips out Jet Starlight's heart and begins to pump his god blood into the mysterious figure. The mysterious figure seems to be a living contradiction, an adult and a child at the same time, a man and a woman at the same time, just like this crazy amalgamation of really whatever. And it's revealed at the end of the episode that this mysterious figure is Jet Starlight's lost, forgotten lover that Jet Starlight never knew about before. So really interesting stuff for this like non-canon fan story, more or less. So let's see where the story is going to go. Jet Starlight, as mentioned before, is now in a dimension of absolute darkness on a windy mountainside, facing this figure that is their long-lost love, who's literally taken his heart and now has his god blood. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this text blurb that we have right here that has my last action from the previous episode. It also has a little recap that I've written that's more detailed than the previous recap that also puts us into the current scene of this adventure. And then once I read all of this text, I'm going to start the 30-minute timer, and then I'm going to see if I can defeat my enemies in 30 minutes or less playing as Jet Starlight. So without further ado, let's hop into this text blurb. You think that the figure would likely be a worthy opponent, now that they have your god blood in their veins. You attempt to use your void sense to learn the identity of the figure and their powers. You look deeply into the hooded figure's eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul, they say. You stare deep into them. You see a long-forgotten memory from your past, the memory of a woman you once loved very much. She had green eyes too. You are Jet Starlight. You are in a dimension of absolute darkness on a windy mountainside. You are in your spirit form after a mysterious figure that you believe to be your long-lost lover literally ripped out your heart. The figure is a woman with green eyes and a nearly flawless face. You don't know who the figure is or why they brought you here. You know that the figure has tentacles that you currently can't see, which makes you believe that the figure might be the mysterious Void Hero who helped you fight Serene. Before you can further interrogate the mysterious figure, Serene Ascended appears with Koishi. Koishi says, "Thank you for the ride. I want to watch this so-called hero die." Serene Ascended says, "He is no hero." You say, "Serene, you hypocrite. You said you wanted to kill me because I resurrect. How did you survive if not by resurrection?" Serene Ascended says, "I survived by channeling ki energy from across the multiverse. I now can punch with the power of 5 atomic bombs. I will stop you from resurrecting for good as a member of the Dark Star Squadron." You say, "I've survived a lot worse than a few atomic bombs. Bring it on." The figure seems to be entranced by your words as they briefly look away. This is your chance. Real quick before I jump in case you guys didn't see the last episode, there are a few additional things that I didn't mention before. So for one, Void Hero is a tentacle monster from another dimension who was helping me in my fights. We never learned who Void Hero was, but when I got pulled into this new dimension, I was pulled by a tentacle, and the story claims that the mysterious figure, who's my long-lost lover, is the person who pulled me in here, which means that they have tentacles, and we don't know if that means that she's Void Hero or not. Void Hero was referred to as a he, I believe, in the past. And the mysterious figure is like a woman, but also a man kind of thing. So it's confusing. So we don't know if she's Void Hero or he, she is Void Hero. We have no idea. We don't know if they're Void Hero. So that's one thing that I wanted to clear up. Koishi is like a little yokai girl. It's another like fan character that was proposed for me to like fight against. It's a little yokai girl who's subconsciously evil, but she doesn't know that she's evil. But she says evil things, but is supposed to come off as like an innocent little girl saying just evil things. So always imagine anything Koishi says as being like cutesy and nice, like in her tone, but the way that she actually says it, like she's still saying horrible things is the idea. But she has a third eye that's sealed by magic, but when it's open, she has all these crazy psychic telepathic powers. But Koishi wants to kill Jet Starlight because Jet Starlight is a hero and she's evil. So her whole thing is that she wants to like kill heroes. But again, she doesn't know that she's evil, so it's kind of weird. She does evil things, but she does it in a cutesy way, is the whole concept. And then Serene Ascended is more or less explained by everything that Serene said. They're a member of the Dark Star Squadron, who is like a group of people, well, I guess who are a group of people who have ancient artifacts, and they're trying to kill all the false gods, and they're trying to stop those who resurrect from resurrecting because they believe that everyone only gets one life. So they don't believe in resurrection or reincarnation or like ghost or anything like that. They're like, if you die, and that should be it. And there are gods and there are false gods, and all false gods need to die. So that's their whole thing. I believe that clears everything up. I think everybody's now on the same page. I'm Jet Starlight. I'm in my ghost form. And now I'm going to face off against Serene Ascended. And maybe Koishi if we have time. And maybe the mysterious figure if they also want to fight. Who's Void Hero? That's a question I also want to learn. Let's find out in today's episode. I'm going to put 30 minutes on the clock. Boop. Let's get things rolling. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially say, Serene Ascended, why do you want to kill, like, why do you want to kill gods? I know that you think that I'm a false god because I wasn't born a god. But why should that matter? Yeah, like I actually do want to hear what Serene Ascended would say in regards to that. You know, because it's interesting to be a part of a group that's trying to just kill, like, essentially like a species, like a whole group of beings that are known as false gods. What would be your reasoning? Because you're a hypocrite, Serene Ascended says. That's interesting. Okay, so I guess I would then say, how am I a hypocrite? You know what I mean? I fight to help others. And I also fight to take on powerful opponents. You know, what do I do that you perceive as hypocritical? And you guys may be wondering, Jet, why aren't you jumping straight into a fight? Like, why don't you, like, punch this dude in the face, like, super hard? And it's because I just don't fully understand why Serene Ascended does what they do. And maybe this conversation will help to build up into a big fight, or maybe it could potentially de-escalate. Who knows? You're just hypocritical. My goal is to kill all gods, especially the self-proclaimed ones. Now that's kind of weird. I don't think that's necessarily true, because that's not what Serene Ascended has said before. So you're saying that you want all gods to die, regardless of if they are born gods or made gods? Why would you want to kill all gods? Also, for him to say, you're just hypocritical, shows that he doesn't really know what he's talking about. Like, he doesn't have reasons for how I'm, like, a hypocrite. Because gods are jerks. They take what they want and do as they please. I will destroy every single one of them. That's a pretty bold statement there, Serene. Tell me, have you ever met a god? Yeah, like that actually is like an interesting way to respond to what he said. Because he's like, gods are jerks and they just take what they want and do what they please. So he just wants to wipe out gods in general, regardless of anything else. Okay. And maybe that's why he hates resurrection. Because while everyone else is limited to what they can do in the world, gods see the world as like a sandbox, and Serene Ascended is like, that's not fair. So I'm going to say, so you want to kill all gods because you feel that gods live an unfair life. Or I guess because you feel that gods have an unfair advantage in life. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he wishes that everybody could be that way. So I think this is like a fascinating like discussion. Yes, I want to kill all gods because the existence of these beings threaten the existence of every other living thing in the cosmos. I guess I would then say, Serene Ascended. Don't you feel like a being strong enough to kill a god is a god in their own right? I'm about to essentially try and convince Serene Ascended to kill themselves. I'm going for that checkmate. Let's see if they say yes. No, I do not. I am no god. I am strong enough to kill them, and that's why I'm here. Okay, so he dodged that one really quickly. He was like, no, you can be strong enough to kill a god without being a god. To which then I would say, I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, like, if gods are all-powerful beings, as you say they are, then it would then an all-powerful being would require an all-powerful being to kill them. If you can kill a god, then you are a god. If you are a god and you want to kill gods, then you should kill yourself. So I'm trying to logic it up. Yeah, so let's see if I can get Serene to do it. No, I'm not a god. I am an ascended being. I am no longer human. You know better than to try to convince the being otherwise. So what is it that you want from me then? I'm going to get rid of those two lines under. I think I can get it. As a matter of fact, saying that you are an ascended being is the same thing as saying that you're a god. If you have ascended, then that means you are a god. If you are a god, then you want to kill yourself because you want to kill all gods. You are the thing that you hate. If you truly want to kill all gods, then you should kill yourself. If you don't want to kill all gods, then you don't want to kill me. You are unraveling Serene Ascended's logic. You are trying to reveal to Serene Ascended that he is the real hypocrite. You imagine that Serene Ascended now only has two choices. You believe that he can either give up on trying to kill all gods, or kill himself in order to show his conviction for the cause. Yeah, because I just feel like he's put himself into like a logical corner. Like he's backed himself up, so what is he going to do? Sorrow and tragedy. He is willing to give up on his mission to kill all gods. In fact, he doesn't want to kill you. He respects your intellectual prowess. You both shake hands with each other. However, you are unsure how to proceed. My mind just like nice. Like I like the concept of like essentially beating him in a logic battle. Last episode, I kept running into moments where I would be like, "Oh, I've already used this power. Oh, I've already used this power." And I was like, "How can I make the fights like interesting without just constantly coming up with like crazy new techniques to use in order to take down my opponents?" And it's like sometimes it seems like the only way like to take down an opponent um in like a cool battle is sometimes just a battle of wits. You know, like sometimes you just have to like talk to them until you get them to that point. I guess I would then say, Serene Ascended, now that you no longer want to kill all gods, what do you want to do? Yeah, because essentially, I've just like convinced Serene Ascended that they are a god, which they pretty much are, to be honest. Well, I want to continue my study of the void. I've always had a passion for it. I want to continue doing what I'm doing. I suppose I also want to help others in the Dark Star Squadron. We can't all be blessed with immortality, though. That's really confusing. You are confused by Serene Ascended's statement. Well, actually, no. I think I may understand. So I'm going to say something like, if I understand you correctly, are you saying that you want to help the Dark Star Squadron to learn, I guess, to realize that they shouldn't kill all gods? Yeah, so more or less, I'm trying to see if I've convinced Serene Ascended to try and make the Dark Star Squadron be on our side now, the side of the gods. Yes, I wish to help them succeed in their mission. If they can kill all the gods, then I believe they will be happy. I want to help them achieve happiness. Hold on. Yeah, so Serene Ascended is saying something contradictory. To like I thought I had got him, but I failed to get him. I'm going to say, hmm, you are speaking in contradictions. Are you saying that you still want all gods to die, but now you won't be killing them? You'll just be helping the Dark Star Squadron kill them. Wouldn't that mean that you would help them kill you? Yeah, like the concept's getting really weird. Where are you going with it? I believe that I can help the Dark Star successfully carry out their plan. Once they realize that killing all the gods will make them unhappy, they will hopefully stop their plan to kill all the gods. Then I can continue helping them in some capacity. Wait, what? So he's like, yes, I want to help them succeed. If they kill all the gods, they will be happy. But then he also says that, like, I can help them carry out their plan, but then they'll realize that they're not actually happy, and then they'll stop, and then I can help them. Okay, so I guess I'm going to say, so you want to help the Dark Star Squadron kill gods so that they'll realize that they don't want to kill gods, so that they can take on a new mission. Yeah. You're trying to understand if Serene Ascended has truly become an ally to gods, or if Serene Ascended is still trying to kill all gods. We may still have to fight, essentially, is what I'm coming down to. Like, if Serene's saying one thing and then saying that they're going to do something else, then it's going to be weird. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. We all ultimately die. We don't have to become weary and worn on our journey to the grave. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this weird extra line that it included. And then I'm going to add in this. You realize that Serene Ascended is essentially insane. While Serene Ascended speaks in a calm manner, their mind is torn by cognitive dissonance. Serene Ascended cannot decide between being an ally to gods or being the enemy to all gods. You say, Serene Ascended, I believe that your god half wants all gods to live, and that your mortal half still desires for the death of all gods. Use your key manipulation to separate your god key and your mortal key to split into two beings. That way, your mortal self and your god self can live on. And then I'm going to kill this mortal side. Pretty much as soon as this mortal side comes out, I'm going to just murder it. That's my plan. Also, you guys may be wondering, yo, didn't you say that you locked away Serene's key? So how did Serene, upon death, then channel the key of the multiverse? Don't really know. A fan who created Serene as a character was like, that's how Serene comes back. Upon their death, they channeled the key of the multiverse, even though all their key was locked away. Maybe when all their key was locked away, that didn't prevent them from channeling more key. It just locked away the key they already had or something. I don't know. But that wasn't fully explained to me by the creator of Serene. Let's see. Interesting idea. I'll try it, says Serene Ascended. Wait, what are you going to do, you say? But it's too late. Serene Ascended's body is beginning to glow, and it begins to split into two separate beings. Okay. You wait for Serene Ascended to split into their mortal and god halves, and then you attempt to quickly assassinate their mortal half using a void ice construct dagger. Okay. So I'm essentially trying to, like, kill Serene's weak mortal side. An hour passes and Serene is still glowing. You begin to wonder if you've done the right thing. It occurs to you that you could leave this place while Serene Ascended splits into their two halves. Ultimately, you decide to stay to see this through. So it's like it's taking a long time for them to split. Interesting. Okay. So you continue to wait for Serene Ascended to split into their, yeah, like you continue to wait for Serene Ascended's mortal half to split off from his god half so that you can try to assassinate them with your Void Ice Construct Dagger. The two halves would never be able to live together anyways because they're so polar opposites. It's like talking to Two-Face kind of thing. Another hour passes and you begin to wonder if something has gone wrong. The glow is beginning to fade and you wonder if you should assassinate them while they're still vulnerable. I'm back, says a voice, and a portal opens up. I really don't care about that. So, it's taking Serene forever to split. You ignore the voice, and you attempt to help Serene split into two halves. Your goal is to kill Serene's mortal half during the split. Yeah, so I just need to get rid of the mortal half because that's the half that wants to kill all gods. You focus on Serene's ascended form to see what is going on with them. You see them struggling and hear screaming internally, but you are unable to get a clear shot. You can't wait any longer. You create a Void Ice Construct Dagger and attempt to stab at the screaming face. Okay? This is actually an interesting idea. You attempt to cut Serene Ascended in half with your Void Ice Dagger to force Serene Ascended to finish splitting into their god and mortal halves. You want to kill the mortal half of Serene as soon as possible. Yeah, so essentially I identified that Serene is an ally and an enemy at the same time, but only their mortal half is like my real enemy. You stab at the screaming face, but you accidentally stab at the mouth of another face, and Serene's ascension is complete. Bah, you are too slow. Now I shall kill you. Excuse me, yells the angry face. Serene already is ascended. It's not like I'm trying to, retry. It's not that I'm trying to stop an ascension. It's like they have a god side, but they clearly also have a mortal side still. But they're still, fully a god, if that makes sense. It's not like Serene is ascending beyond anything. Serene already is a god and already is a mortal, but it's just both at the same time. You try to stab at Serene's ascended form several times, but it's no use. The dagger isn't working. You fear that something bad has happened. You try to ask Zana what is happening. I'm not going to ask Zana what's happening because Zana isn't here. Okay, I have an idea. You begin to wonder if Serene is permanently stuck trying to split into their mortal and god halves. You attempt to use your void sense to see if Serene is stuck splitting for eternity. Yeah, because if that's the case, then I already have won. Serene's mortal half can't help the Dark Star Squadron, and their god half can't help me. You search for several minutes, and you come to the startling realization that you are right. You were so focused on killing them that you didn't think about what would happen if you failed. Your attack created a chain reaction, and now they are stuck in the process of splitting into two beings. Okay. You are partially satisfied by this outcome. Yeah. You are disappointed that Serene Ascended's God half will never help you. But you are glad that Serene Ascended's mortal half will never hurt you. You shift your attention to Koishi and you ask her, who are you? And why do you want to see me dead? That's right. You guys were expecting a big fight. I'm out here talking people to death. Let's go. I do like doing like the logic wit things sometimes. And I do think this is like a different like change of pace. How's the AI doing? It's pretty good. You see a tear run down her face. You feel bad, but you need to know who is trying to kill you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to kill you. I just don't want to see you die, she says. I love you. You don't buy this facade. Yeah, there's something clearly wrong with this. You have heard Koishi straight up say that they want you dead. Well, I guess that she wants you dead. You wonder if Koishi is like Serene and is of two minds. One mind that wants you dead and one that doesn't. Yeah, I actually have no idea how to address like the Koishi situation. I'm going to say, so why did you say that you wanted me dead, Koishi? Yeah. Because I don't really believe that Koishi is not a bad guy. I wanted you to chase me, so I said I wanted to kill you. It seemed like the only way you would be attracted to me. Now tell me, do you find me repulsive? What? And then it says, no, not at all, she says with a small laugh. That's confusing, because she would have said the first thing too. I'm going to retry that. Because I was scared. I'm scared that you're going to leave me. I don't understand this yokai little girl is trying to say that she like loves me or whatever. That's like really creepy and weird. You feel creeped out by Koishi. You don't trust her. And you don't like what she's saying. You command Koishi to leave and to never interact with you again. Yeah, like I just don't know who you are. I don't really know what you want, and I don't like what you're saying. So I'm just gonna tell her to go away. You're not being true to yourself, Jet. Jet turns red with anger. He yells at his sister to leave and that he never wants to see her again. She's not my sister. She departs quietly, but her eyes scream, I'm sorry. For one, I'm not going to turn red with anger. Let's see. Just change it to Jet commands her to leave and to never interact with him again. Let's see. Says Koichi. So I think this has to do with the whole concept of Koichi being a little girl who doesn't know that she's evil. So Koichi straight up has just said stuff like, "Oh, I want him to die." But now that she's talking to me directly, the game is really playing up the whole like, but she doesn't really know that she wants you to die. So when you talk to her about it, she's just gonna like play it off. But the things that she said earlier has just made me not trust her and I'm not gonna interact with her. And she's also saying creepy stuff about like, "Oh, I love you" and stuff like that. Nope, no, you don't. Scared I'm gonna leave you. That's also weird. You're a little girl. Get out of here. I don't care for that. So now the mysterious figure. Um, you are glad that Koichi left. You still don't trust Koichi. But you also still don't really understand her either. Okay. You approach the mysterious figure that you believe to be a lover from your past. You ask the mysterious figure, "Who are you and why did you bring me here?" Okay. So I'm tying up a lot of loose ends right now. Like I'm trying to get answers to everything. The mysterious figure doesn't answer. The figure seems to be entranced by your words. As they briefly look away, this is your chance. She is a yokai that looks like a small child with three eyes. No, that's who Koichi is. That's not who the mysterious figure is. Shut up. Also, dang it. We just got to the mysterious figure part, which is something that I was just legitimately curious about. Let's read the little blurb real quick. The mysterious figure turns to look at you. They are a red-headed female with a large bust. You're not sure, but you think that she is the same age as you are. The woman also has a large tattoo of a black hourglass on her upper arm. Okay, so her having a tattoo of a black hourglass is kind of cool because there's this character in Jet Starlight in like the normal canon who's called the Adventurer, and he's a manifestation of the story itself. And the adventurer carries around an hourglass that he can use to manipulate time and reality. This mysterious figure that I'm talking to is hooded. There's someone from my past that I forgot. They seem powerful enough to be able to drag me to this dimension. They're a living contradiction where it's like it's a man, it's a woman, it's an adult, it's a child, it's whatever. Um, she might be connected to the adventurer in some way. And I think that could actually be like an extremely interesting like path to go on. And it'd be interesting to learn more about who the mysterious figure is finally. So I do want to learn more about that next episode. What did you guys think of this episode? The fact that I didn't go into like a big fight, but instead I tried to like talk my way through it. Is that entertaining? Like, do you guys find that cool? Or would you guys have preferred it if I went into like an all out bout with Serene Ascended? Especially since the beginning blurb has me go, "I fought tougher opponents, bring it on," kind of thing. For whatever reason, when I actually got to the fight part, I was like, but why are we fighting really? Kind of thing. And I do think it went in a really interesting direction. Do you guys feel like the story made sense? Did you enjoy it? What do you think would have made the story better? Definitely let me know in the comment sections below and on our Discord. Um, if you guys want to see me get into like a big all out brawl, like next episode, if you guys were like, "Oh, this was boring, I didn't like the Battle of Wits thing," all you guys really have to do, just hit me up with like a fighter. Like, give me like their name, their powers, their weaknesses, and why they want to fight Jet Starlight. And then just be like, "This fighter would never listen to reason. They're like this barbarian or whatever, and they're ultra powerful, and they're just gonna like dunk on Jet Starlight or whatever." Like, you could do that. They could be a member of the Dark Star Squadron, since essentially there's like a whole team that would want me dead anyways, that like Serene was a part of. So you could introduce another member of them to take me on. But if you like this like battle of wits kind of thing, definitely let me know in the comment section below and on our Discord, and send me like a character with the same information, like their name, their powers, their weaknesses, like a description of what they look like, and why they want to defeat Jet Starlight. But let me know whether or not they are someone who like is trying to outsmart Jet Starlight. I actually think it would be really cool if there were more characters who didn't just always want to kill Jet Starlight, but wanted to like manipulate Jet Starlight in some way, or get Jet Starlight to act out of character, or to do something that it wouldn't normally do, to see if it would lead into like a battle of wits or just into a straight up fight. Because to be honest, if you do say the right thing, I probably will just fight you, like straight out. You know what I mean? Like even with this Serene situation, I was like, probably just gonna like kill you anyways, because of the fact that Serene was revealed to be like a two-faced character. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and on our Discord. If you guys like daily AI Dungeon 2 videos, definitely make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And make sure you share this video with your friends. That way they can get in on all the awesome ideas that we're spinning out, so that they're able to submit ideas for scenarios and characters, and so that they can help shape the future of this story. Because the non-canon side stories are all based on like what you guys want to see. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Check it out. Bow.